take you up to Capitol Hill for an incident that's going to garner a lot of attention today. No doubt, a lot of the talking heads will be on this one. If for no other reason than number one, it gives news stations a chance to talk about Lauren Bobert. Number two, there's video of a physical altercation. Number three, this is like real life, real time, raw video. And it involves Clay Higgins. Clay Higgins was at a press conference for Lauren Bobert yesterday, and we've got a couple of different videos we're going to look at here. I want to start with the first-person view of someone who is on Twitter. His name is Jake Burdett. His tweet says, "I'm currently being detained by D.C. police for asking tough questions to far-right extremist Congressman Representative Gosar and Lauren Bobert at a press conference. Representative Clay Higgins proceeded to assault and physically remove me from the press conference. For this, the cops detained me, not him." Let's take you to, first of all, the first person. You don't have Jake's. Okay, the first person of Jake Burdett.
When you did that rally with the neo-Nazi Nick Fuentes, can you talk about when your family did an ad all endorsing your opponent? Why did that happen? Why did that happen? Hey, please don't touch me. Please don't touch me. Please don't touch me.
I'm a congressman.
Can you tell this guy? Can you tell this guy? Can you tell this guy? But you can't answer the questions that he has.
No, I can answer the question.
Okay.
Listen, I respect your first. I'm Clay Higgins. I represent South Louisiana.
Clay Higgins.
All I'm asking you to do is just peacefully stand by with your camera. And I promise you, look at me. I'll come talk to you straight up. I'll answer all your questions. Fair enough?
Do you know about his family and his endorsement?
Yeah, I'll answer that when we talk.
Okay.
All right, that's video number one. Now let's flip it around and go to the third-person video that shows you Clay Higgins, air quote, assaulting this guy before he was detained by D.C. police. By the way, if you're listening on the radio and not watching on Facebook Live, what you're not seeing there is this guy went past barricades and continued to step around staffers and security people before that interaction with Clay Higgins. All right, now for the third-person video to show you what happened after that little interplay.
Get off me. Get off me. You're a U.S. Congressman touching up this
All right, it's time to welcome in from 104.5 ESPN, T-Bob Hebert. T-Bob, look, I don't call on you for politics here.
Yeah.
But you're an offensive lineman. You're a center.
Yes.
You're a center.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about his form here. Clay Higgins.
In the second video, it was, first off, what a wild video on multiple counts. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good staying calm at first. And even like, so even on the drive, it was not an out of control drive, right? Like it was actually pretty measured, pretty controlled. As you can see,
It's his stance.
line play is it's a game of leverage.
Yes.
And although he's not actually lower, he's doing a good job of keeping his tight. You always want to keep your hands inside the frame. That's what it is. Keep your hands tight, kind of elbows pinned to your sides inside the frame, and then with your hips, you can create that leverage to get underneath your opponent and drive the back. And if you really watch, although he's not down in a stance because of how he has his arms, and if you watch the kind of almost parallel duck walk that he's doing, is slowly moving back, all he's doing that entire time is creating leverage with his hips. And the other guy's kind of arched, whereas it's an arch that's being created by Higgins everything's coming out from that base.
As Higgins rolls in, the other guy has to roll back, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Once he gets him removed from the immediate situation, that it really starts to show up. Clay Higgins has good form.
Yeah, I mean, it actually was. Also, you know, I don't know much about Clay Higgins. I know about like the viral videos and stuff. I feel like he handled it all pretty calm based on how I thought this was all going to go down.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I definitely thought I was in for something more extreme. So, yeah, good on. I still don't know if that's that, but I mean, you also can't like be walking up on people's personal space like that. So.
Right. And now, last thing before we get you out of here, and I appreciate because you got a show coming up in half an hour. Last thing before we get you out, if he doesn't get his hands inside, he's getting flagged for holding, is he not?
Well,
once he gets outside those arms, once Higgins gets outside the arms, that's where you're going to get 10 yards.
At first, he's okay. He's keeping him inside the frame. But then you're right. Then he does kind of clamp down on the arms. But the key from the form perspective is still that he was keeping those elbows pinned. He wasn't flaring them out. So he's not flared out working, pressure down, pressure up. He's not working against himself. Everything's working in concert there.
There's the insight you're not going to get on Fox and Friends. He's T-Bob Hebert off the bench coming up in half an hour. Appreciate you, brother. 6:30 at Talk 107.3 FM. Time for us to check news. Patrick Grimion's up next.